Some people think as you get into August and September, it's the end of the garden season and the colour starts to fade out, but there's no need for that. We're going to talk this morning about how to use perennials and grasses to get masses of colour right on into the autumn. Good morning from Glendoick. This morning I'm standing in our late summer and autumn borders, surrounded by some pretty impressive giant grasses. This style of gardening or planting, it's known as the new perennial movement or prairie planting, has become very popular in Europe in the last 10 or 20 years, and in certain places in Scotland you'll see really good examples of it. The best known, I suppose, is probably the gardens at Cambo at Fife. You might know them for their snowdrops, but they have the most amazing grass and perennial plantings. And we've made a border of this at Glendoick to show how it's not all herbaceous borders and herbaceous plantings and perennial plantings that start to peak in July and then they go over and start dying back. These plants are very long flowering with long periods of interest. The grasses that you can see here, they will still look good in the middle of winter with the seed heads on them, fluffy seed heads, and we don't cut them down until February. And then in between all the grasses we plant a whole range of plants, particularly late summer flowering daisies. The daisy family, the Compositae, is a huge family. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of species and lots of hybrids, and every year we get better and better ones. One of the taller ones is this. This is Helenium or sneezewort, which flowers in July, August, September, and most of them are in the kind of burnt, orangey, brown, reddish shades. Very beautiful plant. This is a Gaillardia. They are probably better known in the multicoloured orangey red colours, but this is a yellow version of it. This is Echinacea, which comes from the prairies of North America. Lovely white flowers, more commonly in a pink version of it. Long flowering, this has still got plenty of flower buds to come. That will flower all the way through September. And then these are the famous Shasta daisies, Leucanthemum. Again, long flowering, there's plenty of buds to come on this. If you cut these things back once in the summer, they usually send out a second set of flowers. So that's the daisy family. Another very popular perennial at this time of year would be the Crocosmias, which are here, reds, oranges and yellows. This is South African. They can be a bit rampant in certain places. Some parts of the coast of Fife, they've gone a bit wild, but really good, long flowering with sword-like leaves, like grasses. And then finally, Geranium rosanne, the blue one here, which is probably the best-selling perennial in Britain now and was voted the best perennial for the last 100 years. This starts flowering in June and July and goes on and on and on and on, September, October, November. It's even had a few flowers in at Christmas. It doesn't seed around. It's got a beautiful electric blue flower with a white centre. Fantastic plant to put at the front of a planting like this with grasses and late summer perennials.